Gorilla Highlands Coffee, Climate Actions Now, Samba Starlets Academy, Acts of Hope Foundation, CULED, the Consortium of Enhancing University Responsiveness, Agro-Development under Makerere University, LMB's Foundation and Kisoro District Local Government launched a partnership to improve household income as well as conserving mountain gorillas through growing coffee in the region.
I'm called Rugampunzi Richard and I'm the founder and the president of Gorilla Highlands Coffee. Next to me is Campbell Claudine. She's the deputy CEO and head of quality control. She's our face and she's behind the quality of the coffee we have. I have the head of sales and marketing, Tuzo Patience. She's also the cafe manager for this cafe. Then I have Maria Birungi is our head of production, but she's also the training manager of the fashion label we have. We have House of Gindi, which is a fashion label. When our women in coffee are not doing coffee, they are doing projects like tailoring, and she's the one behind the training. She has an expertise in fashion and design. Then we have Margaret, who is our head chef. Then we have James, who is our training intern here. Yeah. So our guest of honor, Mr. Abel Ismana, our governor. Tonight, this is a landmark here. We are introducing you one of my long-term partners, 2 years, Robert Stevenson. You're welcome. Yeah, I met him in Ireland, Dublin, and he has been helping me to access specialty market in Dublin. And he's here to sign a big partnership in climate change. He has a company called Climate Actions Now. It's based in Dublin, but it has offices in Dublin and South Africa, and is soon opening an office here. Gorilla Highlands Coffee is a social enterprise in Kigezi, this entire region, which deals in coffee, tourism, and conservation. It's a coffee and conservation value chain development project in this region. And we grow, process, and export coffee from Kisoro, Kabare, Kanungu, Rupunjiri, and the Uganda district to the specialty niche in Europe. We have offices here, this is our headquarters, but we have also offices in Australia, in USA, in Ireland, and in Japan, where we sell our coffee. In those countries, we are actually selling the region. We are selling the people, we are selling the tourism, we are selling coffee, and the ultimate goal is the conservation of the mountain gorillas.
Coffee consumption in Uganda, particularly Kisoro, has been on the hike since Gorilla Highlands Coffee office was established in Kisoro, and that has encouraged farmers to grow coffee on a large scale. Speaking to GMTV, Rugaya Richie Semafara said that they have managed to plant over 6 million coffee seedlings in partnership with Wealth Creation and UCDA.
We started in 2015 with one farmer. We have now 3,000 farmers across the region. Since 2015, we have planted over 6 million seedlings, coffee seedlings, in partnership with Wealth Creation, President's Office, and UCDA. We have several associations here who are going to work with us. We have MBs. It's an organization headed by the chairman, Rossi 5. We have CULED. CULED is the Consortium of Enhancing University Responsiveness to Agro-Development. It's based in Kampala. It's owned by Makerere University and New Cafe. They are interested in promoting Kisoro coffee as a special coffee, because when we did cup testing in California, our coffee was #1 actually in the whole world. And they want to build on that to attract the investment, to attract the investment in tourism, investment in coffee, investment in cooperation. We have Samba Starlets. Samba Starlets is owned by Ande. It's a school of younger kids whom we want to give funding, and we train our kids in sports, and also to see if we can send our talents abroad. Robert is linked to West Ham in UK.
Arsenal.
Yeah, and Arsenal. So we want our younger kids to see if we can groom them and we sell our talents. You know how much money they bring in. You have already seen Bobos. You know Bobos? He's now in Ukraine's. Yeah. He's one of the kids who train with Andy. And the average Uganda crane player brings in a lot of money. So if you have these youngsters accessing those rich countries, that's good for us. We have Acts of Hope Foundation. Harriet is the CEO.
Like the saying goes that two or more people are always better than one for solving problems, finishing off difficult tasks, and increasing creativity. Robert Stevenson of Climate Actions Now said Gorilla Highlands Coffee, being one-stop center that brings people together to socialize and discuss developmental ideas, said that through unity he's ready to empower youth in various ways to contribute to climate change.
We're all working together to find young artists who are passionate and good around music and dancing and performance, and we have a budget to actually empower at least 10 artists to pay them for songs that we like, that we think are appropriate around climate action. So whatever they want to say, whatever they want to do, as long as it's got a theme around saving the planet, saving our own. But let's face it, I mean, look, this is a decision I came to a few years ago. Teaching kids how to be entrepreneurs, that's great. But what happens if there's no future for those kids? So actually, this is about our own existential existence. This is about yourself and your children, your grandchildren, and so on. If we don't sort it out in the next 10 years, it's sort of over, right? You know, things are going to get really bad. So really, we have little choice. We have two choices. You do like the ostrich, you put your head in the sand, if you want, and pretend it's not happening. Or else you say, okay, it's happening, so I'm going to do something about it. So the good news is we can change it. That's why it's Climate Action Now. We can do it, right? So really, the object of Climate Action Now is to help bring together the right people with the right experience, the right passion. Football is such an important engagement tool for young people. It's so important to, if you want to engage kids, to teach them something. If you want to teach any kid anything, you have to engage them first. So what's the best way of engaging kids? Well, it's sport, it's music, and it's social media now, isn't it? And video games, let's face it. You don't need to dig up the rainforest. You don't need to let Total, pretend that they're doing some good here and taking fossil fuels out of the ground. This has to stop, because the alternative is there won't be a future. And this type of storm will be constant, and the rain will be constant, and it's washing away the land because we're taking the trees down and all this stuff we know. Now we have the solutions. Plant more trees, do it right. We actually know if we all come together, we can make it happen. We can do it, right?
The Kisoro District Governor Ibo Bismana, who also doubles as the director MB's Foundation, welcomed the idea, saying that working together will foster development in the region.
To promote wetlands protection, to promote tree planting, to promote alternative livelihoods of people who were removed from the forests. So I have a rich experience from that end. And I believe you have come in right time when we must ensure that we save the planet and save the posterity, the children we have and their children. I would wish that this climate action now be a very big catchword for everything we are going to do. Whether we are planting coffee, we are talking about hemp, we are planting trees, whatever we are doing, we are interested in climate action now, because when we talk about climate, we are trying to see how can we keep the world cool, because every small degree of heat that we add on this world is a challenge in the future. So what we are talking, we're going to put it in the natural. What I have said, we are going to tell our mothers, our children, and their children, so that you can know we don't want to add any single temperature rise to this world, otherwise we are in trouble. Then we make sure we also integrate all these projects with real life of our humans. So those things we want to ensure that as you promote climate change, factor in survival of mothers and children.
Conservation of wildlife and the environment is everyone's responsibility. Do yours and I'll do mine. Humza Vian, reporting for GMTV Kisoro.